Hello, Robert's train set here. It's all a bit dark, isn't it? Can you see that little locomotive miles away? Let's bring some light on the subject first, shall we? There we are, that's a bit better. We can see what we're doing now. And let's pan in a little bit, shall we? Right, what you're looking at is my Hornby Railroad 47. Lindisfarne, number 47789, that came with the original train set, the Majestic train set that I started my railway with. And if I pan slightly to the other side, you will see the other locomotive that came with it, which is an A1 Pacific number 60154 called Bon Accord. Both of these locomotives in the set as it came were DCC ready, but I wanted DCC sound, so I did chip these myself. And part of this video is to show you how you can be not quite aware of what you're doing. So let's start with the A1, and I will get the sound going on it when I can find the thing. There we are. So we'll start the sound. I'm hoping that'll come out in the video. Anyway, that's now steaming very nicely and all ready to hurtle up the track if there wasn't a 47 in front of it. And I had no problem with this. I took the body off. I put the £35, £36 decoder from Hornby into it, and no problem, and it works. As you can see, we can do a few sounds. I've got the computer a long way, so I can't actually see what I'm doing. There we are, there we are. There the door's shutting on the carriager that it hasn't got on. Wheel slip. And it's just come to a halt, I believe. And that's the guard's whistle. So I shall now turn that off, and we'll concentrate on the 47. Sorry. So here's our 47. I quite like it in the red. So what did I do with this? I bought a Hornby decoder, sound decoder for this, the 47, which they were doing, again £36. Most of the stuff that I've got I've bought from Hatton's, with the exception of one or two locos and whatever from Rails of Sheffield. And I did buy some track work from a model railway fair, which I might get at the end of this, but I might do a whole thing on that. Anyway, so my 37 is very nice, my 47 is very nice. I do have a 37 as well, so that's why I keep confusing them. I put the decoder in it, no problem. I thought, okay, started it up on the button, and what happened? It started up, and then it just died on me, just didn't do anything. And obviously if it's not ticking over, then it's not going to make any other sounds when you move it forward. So I shall now start it up, and hang on a minute, I will show you what's happening on the screen when I got this filming done. So we'll do a cold start. Here we go. I think you can immediately tell that this is a lot quieter than the A1 was, which is one of my pet hates about. I don't know if it's just this sound card, because there's certainly nothing wrong with the A1s, on both of my A1s. It just, yeah. So I put it in, and what you have to do is you need to go into Railmaster, which is what I run all my trains on, and you need to ideally find this locomotive in Hornby's database, which I did, but as it wasn't a sound locomotive, it didn't have any sound menu for it, which I will show you at another time. So I put it in, and I put in what I thought, off of the sheet that you get with the locomotive, the sounds that it could play. Didn't think anything of it, but every time it wouldn't start. So anyway, I phoned up Hattons and said the decoder's not working, took it out and sent it back to them duly, and very well, Hattons treated me absolutely superbly over this. And they sent me a new one. In fact, I bought a new one, and then the money was refunded, because like all little boys, you want everything now. You don't want to wait while they get it and check it and whatever. So I bought a new one. In the end, they did refund my money and whatever. And every time I bought one, or I got one, and I think I did send in the N3 back, and then whatever, at their expense, which was very good, I got fed up with it not starting. So I asked Hattons before they sent me the final one to check it, which they did, although they didn't actually put it into a loco, they put it on a test rig, but it worked. So it came, I put it in, and it wouldn't start, or it'd start and then die. So as you can imagine, the hair was thin enough at the moment then, but it's even thinner now where I've been pulling it out. Anyway, so in the end, I phoned Hattons to ask them if they knew what was wrong, and they didn't. So I phoned Hornby, and out of the 4 times that I phoned Hornby's helpline, this was the only time I actually ever got an answer about my problem. And I explained to the chap that I was speaking to what I was doing, and he said, I know what you're doing. And it was very simple. In that program where you have all the sound names, I missed off 3 important parts of it, which was on, forward, stroke, off. And that was all it was. And once I put that in, as you can hear, it's going away very nicely, and not a problem, you know. So that is the learning curve, perhaps, you know. As you can see, the whistle is a bit, or the horn is a little bit, isn't it, you know. And there's part of it, and there's another one coming up. Right, whatever that was. And there the doors shutting, if you can hear them. If I turn the sound off and then do the doors, it'll die away. There we are. I hope you heard that. It's not exactly loud. They do run, so I'll get the sound going again, and we'll run it back towards the tornado. So I'll just pan out a little bit. So there's our tornado, a little bit in the dark, but never mind. And we'll go backwards very slowly, I think might be a good idea. And as you can see, the control on these is absolutely superb. That's it, you don't want to hook it onto the other one. And also, of course, we've got the bonnet joint, so we'll turn the sound on for the bonnet cord. There we are. And as you can see, it immediately overwhelms near enough the sound of the thing, and we'll bring that into shot, shall we? So in this particular instance, we obviously need to go forward, and I shall keep it forward. Here it comes. Didn't like that bit of track, did it? I didn't clean my track before I did this. Anyway, it does work, I assure you. I should have rubbed my track over. It's been sitting in the cupboard for a little while. Now this bit of track is my programming track. because as more elegant people than me have said and explained all DCC sound and everything, the locomotives are operated by a little chip inside that gets signals through the rails, and if I just give that a little shake, it comes back on again. And if your rails and your wheels are not clean, that is what can happen. It just gets to a point and it loses it. These railroad locos only really have pickups in the 6 driving wheels, so they can lose the thing. The more expensive locos usually have tender pickups, which obviously alleviates a lot of problem. And I must admit that the diesels don't tend to have that sort of problem, because you've got wheels at both ends and usually they do have pickups on. So, but I think, and I'm not, you know, I think they look pretty good. When you look at the detail on this from here, I think that looks superb. And yes, okay, you pay a lot more money for the proper Hornby ones, and you do get the benefit of tender pickups usually, and a heavier build. These are quite light locos, and I have put weights inside, but yeah, I think, you know, I don't think you can beat them, quite honestly. And when you think I got these 2 locos, I got 3 Pullman carriages, I got 4 goods vehicles, I got 2 loops of track with a siding, and the operating system for the railmaster, all for £250. I don't think you can go wrong. If I swing round a bit, although it will be a bit dark, too fast, and come up a bit, the blue 47 there is a Bachmann, came with found already in and installed, and yes, it does have lights and whatever. That was £205 from Hatton's. So it shows you the relative cost of, you know, buying a loco like that. But then equally, Hornby do this class 40 with sound, runs very well, £74. So you can see you don't need to spend a lot of money on model trains. You can do it quite cheaply. And the Tornado, which is at the end of the track here, when I get there, that Tornado, let's go the other way, shall we? Get it all in shot. That came with a train set, with further Pullman carriages. Actually, the Majestic didn't have Pullman carriages, sorry, but this one did. It came in a Tornado train set with an oval of track and a siding and a DC controller, which obviously I don't use, all for £99 from Argos. Can you go wrong? You can't, can you? Again, I bought a Hornby decoder for the sound and installed it in this one, and I shall just try and turn the others off, and I'll let you listen to that. But basically it sounds obviously very similar to Bonaccord, but let's have a go. So let's fire Tornado up. There we are, and there's probably a whistle there somewhere. There we are. It's not going anywhere, of course, but there we are. And there the door's shutting. So my question to Hornby is, why are they so loud and your class 37 not? And the class 47 did not go without more problems, in that because it was so quiet, I turned it up and it burnt the decoder out. And when I explained to Hatton's about it, which they did send me another one, they said don't turn it right up. Well, I have turned it right up because this is at full volume as far as I'm concerned. Okay, So I've done 14 minutes of this so far, which is amazing, and I've got all the other bits. So I think I'm going to stop this bit of filming, and I will just do some work on the actual computer to show you what we do. Anyway, I will talk when I'm on the computer, so bear with me. I had a little bit of equipment malfunction there. One of my cameras run out of juice. I'm sure I won't be the last to have that problem. Anyway, I've adapted it, and I'm now using my Cube camera, which I will give you a little picture of near the end of this video. But anyway, excuse me for the rounded appearance of my flat laptop screen, but that's the Cube for you. What you can see, I'm sure, is my layout. This is what you get up on your computer screen with railmaster DCC control. And for me, it works lovely. I like it. You can change the points. It's no good doing it at the moment because I've got no circuit, obviously. But you can change the points just by putting your mouse pointer over it and clicking, and then it will change the point, and it will show it on the actual thing. But there are loads of videos on railmaster. Don't need me to show. And obviously over this side, where I've now put the pointer, they are my logos. Now I'm not sure you can see them, and obviously I can't pan in on this. You can't zoom in on a cube, but hopefully you can see enough. If you want to choose a particular locomotive and you've got more than the 6, which I have, you click on that one and all your locomotives come up, and then you can click on the one you want, and let's go to the one that we know, which is the 47 in the red. And what I was doing wrong, and I will try and bring this up, so if you go to locomotive list and click on it, it will now download the database of locomotives, but it will also show you your ones, which comes up any minute now, and there we are. And if you look, you can see, let's have a look, got the Intercity, there's the 40 Railroad, the 47 BR Blue is the Bachmann, which obviously still works on here, and there's the Lindisfarne. So we click on that, and if you can see that, we've got a nice picture of it, and cruising speed, shunting speed, direction ID I don't use, and I don't use type, and I don't use voice control, but whatever. And all down this side are the sounds. So if I click on that, if I click on that, it started up. And if you see that, and I don't know if you can, but I hope you can, it says sound on /off, and I never had that. I just said, I think I just put in sound on, or just sound, or something like that. And then all these other ones, I then had to put them in by hand. Although if you click on if you do the not used one, you then get a list of what you can use. And it's got shunt on and off and whatever, but you can only have so many, obviously. But there are a lot. It's pretty good. So we'll leave that as not used. That's for lights. This one hasn't got any lights. Probably could fit them. You can wire them into the decoder to make them work, which obviously the Bachmann has got. But yeah, okay. So you've heard the sound on that one. I think we'll turn it off. There we are. And that was a problem I had. So if you ever get one of these, you know what to do. Right. So I think we'll now go out of this program. I don't think we need an awful lot of what's that, and I'll show you on the Class 37 Bachmann Blue. Now you listen to the difference in the sound. Right, let's start it up. I'm hoping you can hear that. Just a little bit louder. And we do the short horn. You can put your earplugs in. Okay, so it all sounds good with the Bachmann. It runs. It's fine. But I do have a bit of a gripe about it. And if I click on that button there, you then get the control panel. And if you click on there, if I get the right place, you can see all of the sounds on this locomotive. So you've got lights on and off, sound on and off, horn, short, cab lights, failed start on off, which is basically like a cold start, I suppose. You know, you try it and it won't start. Volume sound levels have never really worked for me. I really push it. I suppose it does a little bit. Still pretty loud. Horn short. Oh dear. I mean, that was you get out of the way. There's a brake dump, a triple pump, a coupler, shunt speed on off, which basically means it will go down to the shunt speed that is set in the program. Flange squeal, which obviously is when you're going round tight bends, which it is actually on at the moment. On off, as you notice, so you can turn it on and then leave it on as long as you like. And the Spirix valve, which I've yet to find out what it's about, but whatever. That's quite that class, isn't it? I've not used that very much. So looking at that, that's what you get. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 buttons. Okay? Now, if I do the same for my class 47 that we were looking at, you click on that button, it's quite full up, isn't it? And there's actually more. You can actually, I think there's actually some more down the bottom, although maybe not on this one. Yes, there we are, look. You can see how many functions there are. Okay, you don't use all of them, but some you can. Let me just turn off the other 47, and you'll hear it go. Impressed with the sound of that 47, which I think is really good. I'm not obviously impressed very much with this English farm, but there we are. So I've started 47, so I should finish. And you can see you've got loads. Now the things that aren't on the Bachmann 47, you cannot notch it up. Like so. And you cannot thrash it. I will turn that to hard. So you can thrash it, which means that the engine revs. Now, as we all know, diesel electrics, which are what these are, the diesel engine only provides the electricity. It doesn't actually it doesn't actually drive the wheels. So if you were powering something with it stationary and you needed a lot of power, you thrash it, and it's not overly impressive obviously, but whatever. Anyway, so that's my little brief, and I'm hoping that I can edit this together and make a decent what's the name out of it. But I hope this has just given you a rough idea of the trials and tribulations of doing a model railway these days. But saying that, I've found it quite easy. I've been on YouTube, and all the contributors on YouTube with model railways like Sam's Trains, Chadwick Model Railway, too numerous to mention, Jubilee Road and whatever. They've been tremendously helpful just by watching their videos and seeing. And there are loads of others, obviously, and I'm now one of them, but I'm not as good at this as they are. Anyway, I think what I'll do now is I shall take this camera and excuse the, what's the name, but I think it's the easiest way, I'll probably get some of it. I'll show you some of my equipment that I'm using to do these videos. So what you're looking at the moment is the view from my little Q camera. Up there is my spotlight. I am not kidding you, this spotlight is probably nearly 50 years old, if not a lot older. I had it for doing movies in the old days when we put film in them, you know, all this funny stuff, and you sent them away to be developed, and you got your 5 minutes back, and half of it was out of focus, and oh dear. And that is my good tripod, shall I say, quite a sturdy one, because it's quite a heavy item. There's my trusted Panasonic camera, whoop, as you can see, and I shall take this cube off this, what's the name? That's what that was sitting on, and I've wound down the screw that usually goes into the bottom of the camera, and it's magnetic on the bottom of this Polaroid, so you just click it on. You can probably hear that clicking on, and it's strong enough to actually pick the tripod up. So that's what I did with the thing. This is what's controlling this camera, and at the moment we're on 11 minutes and 8 seconds. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, 11 minutes and 12, so it's counting down. The camera that failed me with no thing is my little Fuji, which is this one, which is the one that was before the Panasonic. And I've obviously got the tablet here could take pictures, and I've also got a phone that could take pictures, but I don't tend to do that. This tablet can also control the Panasonic remotely by Wi-Fi. So I'm quite happy, and then I've got some video editing. I'll do a flyover of my programming track, and I've purchased a copy of Power Director 16, which I hope you can see, which I'm finding very complicated for me, but it does do the job, and it allows you to do this. And just as a final, what's the name? You may have seen my little video with all these trucks that I bought, just as I was about to put the thing. Well, there's one of them there, and as I say, for £3.50 from Hatton's, I don't think you can go wrong. Okay, yes, they've got fixed cutters, which are plastic, but you know, hey ho, I think that looks not bad. It would be better if I had the light on, I suppose. Let's put the light on. I'll show you how bright it is. So let's go along a bit. Might be losing the Wi-Fi. Right, so I'll put it on there, and as you can see, it's quite dark, isn't it? Because it's got the light behind. But I'll turn the headlamp on. Whoosh! I think that's pretty good. A lot of shade. So when I film my railway, when I get it back up and going, I will use this to film. So we should be able to get some nice close-ups. Okay. Anyway, I'm about to stop this, and I shall edit this and get it on as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe, and whatever else you want to do, and please look for new videos as I do. I shall do one on the hello again. Sorry, I've got my again. I've said a bit earlier on in the video that I would show you the little Q camera, which I shall now do. Holding it up to the camera, and there it is. If I get it in shot, here we are. It's been, if you go to Chadwick Model Railways, he did a video on this, and that's why I bought it, because his video was exactly what made me think exactly what I want. Underneath is the magnetic base. I will do a little video on how I put it on the railway. I'm sure you've seen some of my videos. I hope you have. You know, that's what they're there for. Showing this going around the circuit. So I think, but it's lovely. And as I think I showed you a bit earlier, you control it on the tablet. Anyway, so that's that. I have got one other camera, the one I'm speaking to you now, which is not a digital one. It's one that came off my Panasonic TV, which I used to have to do Skype on, and then kindly the Skype went off of the TV, so I can't use it for that. So the webcam on this computer is packed up on me. I don't know what's wrong with it. I think there's actually a fault with the camera, because the system says it's fine and running, but I don't get any pictures from it. So yeah, so I use this, and obviously it's a nice long thing. I won't show you it now because it's old technology, it's analog, but it all seems to work, doesn't it? So you know, with the old editing suite, it takes it in. Surprisingly, the editing suite will not allow me to record pictures from this camera. It seems as though it's going to do it. The light comes on and then it goes off and you get nothing. So, but anyway, we'll overcome it. I can obviously do this sort of thing on the Panasonic or even on the little Cube if I want. But anyway, that's about it now. I think again I should wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I soon will probably put the model railway together because I'm missing it. It's quite nice being able to play with it. Anyway, all for now, and all have a very nice time. There we are. Bye.